that global warming is upon us even more strongly than ever before. Just look at what's going on. Hurricanes in the south and the northeast, forest fires across the west because they've had less rain and the tinder is dry and they're much more susceptible to forest fires. So we have to act. We have to act. Politically, Ida took no prisoners. Ida took no prisoners politically. Red states were affected, blue states were affected, purple states were affected. Global warming and the havoc it wreaks. Yes? Go ahead.
Anything for Roger.
Roger? Somebody's here. Global warming and the havoc it wreaks knows no political boundaries. And let us hope the solution knows no political boundaries either, because this is a crisis. Now, let me just say this. Yes, pundits say red and blue states are affected. The pundits should step out of the way. All 50 states are affected. And that's why we need big, bold action to protect us from future storms and prevent future storms from coming. And the two bills we have before us in Congress are a 1-2 punch. The first bill, the BIF bill, deals with resilience. It will allow us to build our subways and our roads and our bridges to better protect ourselves from future storms. You know, I drove through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. It wasn't flooded. Why? Because Sandy money was aimed at resilience, and those big, huge metal doors closed, and the tunnel wasn't flooded. I got that $60 billion for Sandy back in 2012, and I also made sure that the money was spent for resilience, not just build it the same way as before, but build it in a new way to protect us from the flooding. There's over $10 billion in the bipartisan infrastructure bill to help New York subways deal with rebuilding in a resilient way so they won't be flooded. That's in addition to the $15 billion we got in the ARP bills and the previous bills. I'm always fighting to get money for our subways. So we have a two-track strategy. The bipartisan bill deals with resilience. The reconciliation bill deals with stopping global warming at the beginning. In other words, the resilience bill, once you have the disease, deals with the cure. Once the hurricanes occur, preventing so much flooding. But the reconciliation bill deals with stopping the disease itself by greatly reducing the amount of carbon dioxide that goes into our atmosphere and creates global warming, which creates the hurricanes, the floods, and the fires that we have seen this week across America. Let me give you some details. In the bipartisan bill, there is more money for infrastructure, traditional infrastructure, and infrastructure resilience than we've ever had. Ever. It will help us build Gateway. It will help us build the 2nd Avenue subway. But maybe most important, it will help us make our present transit system and our present highway system much more resilient. Okay? So New York needs that bill. But we also need the reconciliation bill, because we can't always build. Resilience is great, but it can't stop everything. We got to stop global warming in its tracks. And the good news, the very good news about the reconciliation bill is, if it is passed, it will reduce the carbon that our electricity system, our power system sends in the air by 80% by 2030, and it will reduce total carbon emissions by 50% by 2030. That's the biggest darn change that we have seen ever in dealing with global warming. So we have to get both bills passed, and that's the two-track system that I set up. And right now, in the aftermath of Ida, the importance of passing both these bills is more important than ever. In the aftermath of Ida, we need resilience, so this subway doesn't flood again, and we need to stop. We need much cleaner fuels, cars, homes, so less carbon dioxide goes into the air. That's the bottom line here. We need both. So when I return to Washington, I am going to do both. As I said, let's see, I don't think I need any more of these. Oh, one other thing these bills will do. When we build our infrastructure resilient, when we build new systems, whether it's electric cars or clean power, it's going to create millions of new good-paying jobs. And we're going to aim those jobs, many of them, at people who have not had opportunities before. Poor people, people of color, people who are on minimum wage, people who work part-time. So it will strengthen. The additional benefit is it greatly strengthens our economy as well. And that's too often forgotten. Okay? Okay. So each of these hurricanes gets a name. It's time for this country to make a name for itself as a leader in fighting global warming and building resilient infrastructure. That's what we aim to do in Washington in the next month and a half. Ready for your questions on this subject first. Yes?
It took a while for residents who were affected by Sandy to get assistance.
You got to speak a
It
little.
took a while for residents to get assistance with Sandy. How long do residents?
We are speeding up the process, and it will go much faster. Go ahead. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. We are going to have the money come much faster than it came before. And some of Sandy takes a long time. When you're going to rebuild, a breakwater or something like that, it takes planning. But a lot of the resilience can come quickly and should.
Senator, is there a scenario where the reconciliation bill will threaten the passage of the bipartisan bill?
One bill can't pass without the other. In the Senate, we need 50 Democratic votes to pass the reconciliation bill. We need all 50. And in the House, they're going to need a bare margin to pass both bills. You need to pass both bills. Some senators prefer one, some senators prefer the other. What I have said is we got to come together and pass both.
If I can follow up, didn't Joe Manchin just say that they should be dialing back?
Look, there are some of our senators who want more than $3.5 trillion, some want less. It passed as prologue. We've all come together, as we did in the ARP bill, and get something done. And that's what I'm going to use every bit of effort I have to get done. Any other questions on this subject?
Senator, what's the soonest that you can say residents will be able to see this money come in and see this help come in?
Well, the global warming, of course, takes a longer time, to build the new systems. But the resilience money, if we pass this bill, New York City, New York State should be seeing this money early next year. Any others? Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. President.